Hello and welcome to Queercomm, the queer community support app. So it's kind of known that queer youth are 120% more likely to experience homelessness than their non-queer counterparts. And many of these youth have trouble securing shelter and continue to face these difficulties into adulthood. In fact, transgender people are one of the groups more likely to face this homelessness. And these are just a few examples, but overall, people in the queer community are unfortunately more likely to face these kinds of circumstances and situations. In fact, the idea for Queercomm comes from our use of Tumblr and the amount of posts from queer individuals facing financial hardship. So what is Queercomm? Queercomm is a platform for connecting queer communities and helping individuals in need fund anything from gender affirmation procedures to next month's rent. Queercomm allows queer individuals to receive donations and support from others in the queer community. Users can make posts asking for donations as well as help others in need. For users who are uncomfortable receiving donations, there is a commission functionality where they can offer various services such as custom art or jewelry to acquire the funds. How we built it. So our front end is with Ionic, Angular, and TypeScript, and our back end uses Django REST API with Python and PostgreSQL database hosted on Heroku. What we learned how to make API calls in Ionic framework, which was really hard. The importance of good design work, and on our back end, we learned how to make our own API itself with Django REST framework, and how to deal with core errors and using Postman more efficiently. Overall, we learned more project management and cutting scope to something more reasonable in our time frame. Accomplishments we're proud of. Working with Django REST API framework, which we are very unfamiliar with, managing our scope so that we turned in an actual project, even if it was a bit of bare bones, separating our code base into 2 repos so that it was more manageable, and doing all this while staying late, which as you could tell from my voice, and staying up late. Yeehaw. Thank you. And now I will show you a brief demo. So here's our app hosted with Ionic Lab. Has a basic login at the start. You can create an account if you want, but since I already have one, we could go ahead and use my login. So I'm signed in up. And now the first tab is the donations tab, where people can post all the help they need and how much they've raised so far from all the donations that they have. And if you want to donate, you would just click this button and the link to their location to donate would be there. And if we wanted to join in on this, I guess, help. Queer hats. Please send money. I would like to be paid through Venmo and at my fake Venmo. And I hope to gain $10 or $100. And tags are optional, but so let's create a post. And here it is. So there's also the commission tabs, same thing, except it's commission based, of course. People are offering goods like cookies, baked goods. They want to sell things. And we also have a profile tab, which is posts that you make. See, I made this one recently, and we didn't get very far in the functionality for this, but you should be able to update your own price to match what is going on. And ideally, we would have a payment API working correctly, but we did not have the time and it did not work with our browser version of Ionic. And if you wanted to see the backend for whatever reason, here it is. Oh, here's my new one. Help queer hacks. Please send money. Yes, and this is hosted on Heroku, where we to post and get responses to get this data and create it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.